Yo, good evening, USA, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your homie, your host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native, who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you're now rocking, listening, tuning in, streaming, and watching the 355th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, live and direct in the comedy space of YouTube. Not to mention, not to mention, the comedy space behind the wild, crazy, fun topics in entertainment news, music news, and everything else in between. If you miss any episodes whatsoever, don't worry about it. All you need to do is go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 for more live video episodes. Leave a like and a comment and tell me what you think about the topics in in the episodes, including this one. And be sure to add the podcast to your playlist along with enabling alerts so you'll be notified on new episodes, new live stream recordings, and of course be sure to share, listen, stream, watch, and you can actually share this with your friends and everyone else in between. So, um before we start the episode show right here, a little quick reminder. This weekend, don't forget to switch your clocks back 1 hour. All right. This weekend, daylight savings time is going to be ending. So that means you would have to switch your clocks and watches back an hour. Because there is going to be a time where you're gonna have the sun go down before 5 o'clock at night. So it's pretty much happening, and just a little reminder so y'all don't really forget. And many of you out there, I know y'all I know y'all voting right now. So um very important that you get a chance to do your early voting. And if you plan on doing it on the 5th, like I'm doing on the 5th of next week, because it's going to be some long lines and stuff. So there you go. And please do not do the same shit like y'all did last time in 2016 when Cheeseface 45 got in. And also to the idiot from Phoenix, Arizona, who said to not go to polls and stuff, you have a lot of fucking nerve to actually tell people not to go to the polls because of your fucking. I will have more on that in a future episode in regards to one of the topics in regards to Project 2025. So I am going to save that for a future episode. I just wanted to actually do a little quick reminder about switching your clocks back. And of course, don't forget to vote. All right. I don't have a mental health topic today. So we're going to jump right into um, the New York Mass Transit files right here, man. We got to talk about the seriousness of subway surfing. It's getting out of hand right here. It really is getting out of hand. Once again, there's always there's always kids doing subway surfing, which is not cool at all. According to the folks from AMNY, here's what's going on here. Here's what's happening. Data shows that police are arresting more people for subway surfing this year amid a crackdown by the NYPD and the MTA's ubiquitous awareness campaign. The NYPD told AM New York Metro that it has arrested 163 people for subway surfing so far in 2024, a 22% from the 138 cuffed in all of 2023. The numbers in 2023 themselves were a huge jump from 2022. Year to date through that September, cops had apprehended 200% more people subway surfing, which is extremely dangerous and often fatal compared to the same period the year prior. This is terrible. Terrible right here. Man. there's more to the story right here. Uh, so let's keep going. All right. All right. So the trend of climbing on top of a moving subway train has exploded in popularity in recent years. Teens have posted videos of the activity on social media like TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram, showcasing the cheap thrills for millions to use. No, millions to see, excuse me. Last year, the MTA launched a new campaign to deter youth from dabbling in the hazardous endeavor. Ride Inside Live features public address announcements and station advertisements designed and delivered by teens themselves in a bid to speak. Initially, the transit agency has beseeched big social media companies to take down any subway surfing content that gets uploaded to their platforms. Meanwhile, the NYPD has beefed up its enforcement by deploying to hotspots popular with surfers, particularly along the 7 and J lines, which have long elevated stretches in the outer boroughs. In fact, the MTA contends to increase in arrest is because of the bump in enforcement, not because more people are surfing. So far this year, 5 people have died as a result of subway surfing compared to 6 in 2023. In addition to the education campaign that includes teen to teen subway announcements about the dangers of riding outside trains, the NYPD deployed advanced technology and dramatically increased enforcement, helping reduce fatalities versus the same period last year, said MTA spokesperson Laura Carla um, Rauch. So, uh, all right, next we have wider sidewalks discussion. So, the administration is pitching turning Tony Fifth Avenue into a European style commercial boulevard through the heart of Manhattan with automobile travel lanes reduced and sidewalks widened to accommodate the throngs the stretch. Mayor Eric Adams on Thursday unveiled a plan first reported by the New York Times that would widen the avenue's sidewalks by 46% to accommodate the tens of thousands of tourists that crammed the shoulders like sardines as they peruse high-end retailers like Bergdorf Goodman, Louis Vuitton, and Cartier. New Yorkers deserve an iconic boulevard that will rival the rest of the world, said Adams. And together with the future of Fifth Partnership, we're going to deliver that. We're going to deliver just that. To accomplish the feat, the city intends to reduce the number of traffic lanes from 5 to 3, including one bus lane, a reduction from 2 on much of the current avenue that is used by numerous bus routes transiting thousands of passengers each day. According to the city, pedestrians make up 70% of traffic on Fifth Avenue, yet they are given less than half of the avenue's space. The, the new plan increases the sidewalk width from 23 feet to 33.5 feet on each side and includes space for additional trees, planters, and seating. Yes, the avenue's space designed to famous streets around the world, like um, the Champs Elysees in Paris, um, Cal de Serrano in Madrid, and Regent Street in London. Oh boy. Fifth Avenue is already a major economic driver for Manhattan and the city at large, with businesses along the stretch generating billions of in revenue. The administration sees pedestrianization as a path to even greater returns for businesses. When the Department of Transportation brought a limited time open street to Fifth in 2022 for the holidays, retailers saw their sales jump by 6.6% compared to non-pedestrianized blocks. City Hall claims the Times reported that the plan is expected to cost $350 million, but City Hall expects the improvements to pay for themselves in under 5 years through increased tax revenues. $350 million. Yikes. That's a lot of money. Wow. Wow. Not everyone is too pleased with his owners' plans, though. That's because of what once could have been former Mayor Bill de Blasio in 2020 pitched turning Fifth Avenue into a car-free busway a la 14th Street, but that plan fell through after opposition local businesses and real estate developers. Now, some advocates for better buses are claiming the city prioritized residents and businesses along the stretch to the detriment of bus riders, many of whom work at the luxury retailers that define the avenue and overall tend to be poorer than other commuters. The new busway plan was formed via a partnership between the city and local business improvement districts, partnerships between local businesses to boost commerce in a particular area. Bus riders were shut out, says the strap hanger advocacy group, the Riders Alliance. Mayor Adams' proposal is a step backwards for 110,000 bus riders who were promised a busway, said Danny Pearlstein, the group's policy and communications director. An exclusive process produced an incomplete plan that caters to luxury boutiques but ignores how their workers get to work. Fifth Avenue should be a busway, prioritizing safety and connectivity for public transit riders, emergency vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists. All right, let's see. Let's see. I know I added something to this. Um, yeah, this one's quite interesting actually. With this next topic. This past Sunday marked the 120th anniversary of the opening day of Underground Service, which commenced on October 27th, 1904, with service from City Hall to Harlem. Looking back, New York City is a vastly different place today than it was 120 ago, and the subway was an integral part of its development. This city was built on this subway system, said Demetrius Critchlow, the president of MTA New York City Transit, in an interview. End quote. It wouldn't be the city that it is without the incredible subway system that supports it. The subway wasn't New York's first railroad or even its first mass transit by 1904. The city was already served by a large network of elevated railroads or L's. But the L's were noisy and were paralyzed along with the rest of the city in an 1888 blizzard that convinced much of the New York political class to support building an underground subway short for subterranean railway. Today we take it for granted, but building the subway was hard work. 7,700 people labored in dangerous conditions constructing the first subway line, with 16 giving their lives. On opening day, though, 150,000 people paid a nickel on its first day of operation, going through 28 stations from City Hall on the modern Lexington line, running across 42nd Street, and then heading to Harlem on the modern Broadway line. We inked new contracts with private operators to build various new lines in Manhattan and the outer boroughs, especially in Queens and parts of outer Brooklyn and the Bronx. These lines were often built through farmland that would quickly be developed for residential living. Mass transit allowed people to live further and further outside the center and still quickly get to work in Manhattan. End quote. It really was the catalyst to transform entire sections of New York, thereby expanding the footprint of where people could live in New York, said Concetta Ben C. Venga, director of the New York Transit Museum. There's lots of competing theories as to why the five boroughs consolidated in 1898. But 6 years later, the subway opened and it really became possible to envision becoming what we know now as New York City. Like any other 120-year-old, the subway has experienced a lot in its lifetime. Like any other 120-year-old, the subway has experienced a lot in its lifetime. The nickel fare now costs $2.90, and the original 28 stations along 9 miles of track have grown to 472 stops across 65 miles of railroad. Those first 150,000 riders gave way to a peak of over 6 million before the slamdemic. And it is still usually over 4 million on an average weekday now. Hmm. Hold on. Where are we? Yes. Okay, while the city has already owned its subway, its operation has changed hands several times, from a slew of private companies to the city to finally the state-run Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which was formed in 1968 to pull revenue from transit fares and auto tolls, and neatly disempower Robert Moses, the New York master builder who favored highways and auto infrastructure at the expense of mass transit. Today, the MTA runs the subway, bus, North Long Island Railroad, access a ride, and various bridges and tunnels. Meanwhile, the subway has gone through periods of great expansion and significant contraction. Hundreds of miles of new lines have been built since day one. But on the flip side, many of the old elevated lines were torn down without being effectively replaced by a subway, most infamously along 2nd and 3rd Avenues in Manhattan. The subway has faced significant financial pressures that have led to deterioration in service and the physical environment, especially during the fiscal crisis of the 1970s and the summer of hell in the 2010s. Sheesh. I'm pretty sure we all remember Summer of Hell, right? Yeah. Today, the MTA says it needs $68 billion to properly invest in maintaining the system in a state of good repair and replacing many dated infrastructure components such as Great Depression era train signals and rail cards, rail cars, excuse me, is what I meant to say. Rail cars over 50 years old. It is yet unclear if the agency will actually get anywhere close to that sum. Well, I don't know. That's going to be a difficult challenge for these MTA workers. You know what I'm saying? To get a lump sum of that money, I don't know. Yo, man. Anyway, that'll be to be determined on that one. All right. Yeah. All right. End quote. Looking at the history, you can only honor where we are today, said Critchlow. But it also talks about how we need to continue to fund the system due to the capital work necessary to keep the system going. It It's 120 years. I don't know how many people who maintain anything that's 100 years old. So it does require a certain level of care, but it also speaks to able to maintain it, how good a job we do of maintaining it to provide service daily the way that we do. Through it all, though, the subway has been the circulatory system of New York City, crucial not just to the economic York, but also to its cultural dominance in America and the world. To celebrate the occasion, um, this took place This took place at the Transit Museum, hosted two of its periodic nostalgia rides on rolling stock from its collection of old timey trains. Hmm. Approximately 500 lucky rail fans packed onto the two separate rides from the old South Ferry terminal to Harlem on the Broadway line, and back to the old City Hall station on the Lexington line using the station, excuse me, um, which is short for low voltage, which dates to 1917 and was notable for requiring much less electricity to um, run than previous. Two more sold out rides were scheduled for November 16th. The low V's were in service for decades. One rider, Dennis McDonald of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and them to high school as late as 1964, when the subway fare cost 15 cents. Others didn't quite recall the low V's, but none found the train trip to be a journey down memory lane. End quote. Growing up in Queens, taking the subway every day to high school, I always had an infinite affinity for the subway, said Long Island resident Tom Quinn. Uh, I was always fascinated by it. It just takes me back to my youth riding these old trains. Younger rail fans compared them to the newer rolling stock they've become accustomed to. It's a pretty cool train, said Manhattan resident Michael Rochester. It's nice to compare them to the ones we have today, like the R211, R142, and it's nice to see how the MTA originally came from. Riders weren't ones marveling at the history of it all. So was Janet Sloan, the 10-year MTA veteran driving the low V on Sunday. It is exciting, something different, out of the norm, operating a piece of history, says Sloan. It also brings a sense of pride in that because not many people are qualified to do this. It's hard to know what the next 120 years will bring for New York City and the world, but most people seem to think the subway is here to stay, no matter what the rest of the world looks like in 2021-44. You can you can bet against New York, but it be a fool's errand. We figure out a way to change and evolve, and that really is the cadence of Pennsylvania. So my money would be on the subway. All right, there you go, right there. There you go. Um, there you go. Let's see. Let's see what we could talk about first. All right. Okay. With margaritas, right? Yeah, we are going to talk about National Margaritas Day in a segment that I like to call Chatting All the Jazz. All right. So this is this is one of those holidays that I never heard of, but I actually glad that I picked this as a topic. So we're gonna we're gonna actually get into it right here, right now. So um so there it is. All right. National Margaritas Day. Let's get into it right here. All right. Hold on. Let's get rid of this. Every February 22nd, we come together for National Margarita Day to pay homage to our favorite celebratory cocktail. The Margarita Triple Sec Tequila and Lime Juice was created in 1938 in Mexico and is widely considered the official drink of having fun. It's always somewhere, and that's never truer than on National Margarita Day. So get out a shaker, pull out your frozen margarita machine, or head to your local watering hole and order a margarita up on ice or on the rocks. You can't go wrong. Salute. When is National Margarita Day in 2025, you ask? So, National Margarita Day takes place on February 22nd, and it gives us every good reason to indulge in this highly quaffable alcoholic beverage. When life hands you limes, you make margaritas. Kind of like the opposite of when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. All right. The history of National Margarita Day is the earliest occurrence of the famed cocktail was in 1938 by the father of the drink, Carlos Danny Herrera. He made it in his he made it in his restaurant located um in Baja or Baja, however you pronounce it, California, for a famous customer named Marjorie King, a dancer on the hit American theatrical Broadway Ziegfeld Follies, because she was allergic to spirits but not tequila. And just like that, our beloved drink was born. The problem is Herrera isn't the only person to claim to be the OG margarita maker. One of them was Francisco Pancho 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 Morales, who was a bartender in Mexico, who first mixed the cocktail in 1942 in Juarez, Mexico, and then left to become a U.S. citizen and work as a milkman for 25 years. Milkman. Oh wow. He has the backing of the Notimax. Notimex. The wildest story is this last one. Margarita Sam's, a Dallas higher class citizen, believed she created the drink in her vacation home for her guests in Al. Hold on. Try to pronounce this. Acapulco. Acapulco, Acapulco, Mexico in 1948. Tommy Hilton, who was friends with Margarita, attended the party and then brought it back to his hotel, changed and put it on the menu before he could even breathe. Jose Cuervo of the famous tequila brand claimed he was already running ad campaigns for the drink in 1945 with the catchphrase Margarita, it's more than a girl's name. Regardless of where the drink was first made, one thing it is for certain, everyone was having fun. Thankfully, margaritas come in a ton of different varieties. It's not a surprise why 76% of Americans enjoy a nice margarita, from strawberry and peach to mango and berry to slightly stronger drinks with beer to even having healthier versions like skinny margaritas and sportier cocktails. Just swap out the triple sec of a triple sec for Gatorade. It doesn't matter if you are at a bar, at home, on the sofa, or just finished an important meeting. Grab the nearest fruit tequila triple sec and mix that baby up to the rhythm of one tequila, two tequila, three tequila, four. But do drink responsibly. Too much tequila has been known. Tequila, tequila, tequila. Oh man. All right. So National Margarita Day timeline. So the first um alcoholic drink from agave. The first alcoholic drink from agave is produced by the Aztecs, the indigenous people of Mexico. The 1500s, the first tequila drink in modern times. After the Spanish ran out of their own brandy, they started to distill agave to produce tequila. 1938, the creation of margaritas. Carlos Danny Herrera honors a customer by giving her the first ever margarita. 1953, Esquire falls in love with margaritas. On the December issue, the margaritas was named Drink of the Month. All right, so let's see. All right, so National Margarita Day survey results. So, all right, so let's go over the survey right here. So, according to our national survey, over three-quarters of Americans enjoying drinking margaritas, and almost one-third love them. All right, so 76% like them. 44% like them. And the ones in and the ones in 32, they hate them. Damn, don't know why. Um, no, no, this one they dislike. Yeah, dislike or hate them. I don't know. Anyway, 7%. Damn, they hate them so much. Damn, 17% love them. Yeah, compared to those who like them. How interesting. And of course, Frozen versus On the Rocks. Um, 33% preferred their margaritas over ice. 67% prefer a frozen margarita. 65% like a salted rim. 67% prefer a glass with no salt. America's first happy hour drink. 30% of Americans say margaritas are their favorite happy hour drink. Um, let's go over the stats here, more margarita stats. So here's the breakdown of the rest of our National Margarita Day survey. So 3% judge I judge people who order frozen margaritas. Frozen margaritas are real, 3%. 24% said that I can't just drink one margarita. 5% says I always get a sugar hangover from margaritas. 30% say margaritas are my favorite happy hour drink. 15% say always deceptively strong. And 15% say I only order margaritas on vacation. 1% said I never order margaritas because I hate tequila. 24% say I've never made my own margarita. Um, Never hurts to learn how to make it. There's YouTube videos that will show you how to make the drink and the important ingredients you need to make a margarita. Um, 4%, I've never ordered a margarita. 26%, I always lick the salt off the rim of my margarita. And 14% say I never lick the salt off the rim of my margarita. Well, some people are different. You know what I mean? Some people are different. Yeah, some people are different though, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people are different. Um, some people are different though. All right, so National Margarita Day by numbers, 1937, the year when the was first mentioned in print. 185,000 is the number of margaritas consumed per hour by Americans in 2008. 8,500 gallons of the serving of the largest margarita in the world. 300 hours. Damn. Damn. 300 hours the time it took to create the largest margarita in the world. 120 $120 is the price of the world's most expensive margarita. $30,000 is the price of a margarita that came with a pair of diamond earrings. What the hell? The hell type of shitty idea is this? Oh my gosh. What type of shitty idea? Oh man. Oh my goodness. The things people do for an idea. Man. This is one of the bizarrest, craziest ideas that I ever heard. You know what I mean? Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh Lord. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Let me get it together. First, let's get rid of this video. All right. 56%, the percentage of US consumers who pick the margarita as their top drink of choice. $9.49 is the average price drinkers are prepared to pay for a margarita. Oh shit. 2019 is the year when the margaritas was America's favorite cocktail. 44% is the percentage of people who enjoy tequila as the base for cocktails. Jeez. $9.49 is unheard of. It's unheard of, man. Oh boy. Unbelievable, man. It's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Definitely unheard of. All right. Let's see. Um yeah, let's see. Are margaritas even healthy? More vitamin C in one glass of a simple 3 ingredient margarita required for your daily intake. It's also absolutely gluten free. I have no idea what the hell is gluten, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Measure the tequila, lime juice, and triple sec into a cocktail shaker and add a large scoop of ice. Cover and shake until the shaker is frosty, about seconds. Um, what is the that's how you make margaritas. What is the most convenient way to make margaritas? Thanks to modern technology, yeah, I said it. We now have machines that make margaritas. Gather a group of your friends and propose to pitch in money to rent a margarita machine. Then have the time of your lives sipping on margaritas and partying till the sun comes up or just keep going. Yeah. So National Margarita Day activities make it a margarita night. No better way to celebrate National Margarita Day than with a margarita night. Get out the blender, grab a bag of ice on the way home, and get blending and shaking. Challenge your friends to bring creative mixins like mango or um, lychee. Pear tacos and margarita, a match made in heaven. Head to your favorite Mexican restaurant to enjoy one of the great pairings, tacos and margaritas. Invite your coworkers, your boss, your enemies. Damn, not that. Even. Oh nah. With margaritas and tacos, it'll be a party. Tour de te Tour de tequila. The tequila makes the margarita. Invite friends over and have them each bring a different bottle of tequila for a tequila tasting night. Enjoy the different flavors each tequila brings to the margaritas. 3 facts about margaritas that will blow your mind. The world largest, hold on, the world record largest margarita. The largest margarita glass is made in Las Vegas. It took 300 hours. 300 hours is a lot, though, man. Damn. 300 hours and 60 people to finish it. Jeez. How the hell in the flying fuck did they get a big ass cup, a big ass glass cup to actually put a whole margarita in? That shit is crazy. I wonder how the hell people be drinking that shit from a big ass glass. Oh man. Oh man. World's expensive margarita at 64,360. Oh no, come on now. Come on now. Are you serious? Wait a second, man. 64. Wait. 64,000 or 600 or 64 million 360? No, 360 $360 and 25 cents. So $64, 360 $64,360, the most luxurious cocktail margarita. Damn. Oh shit. Record margarita consumption in America. In 2008, 185,000 margaritas per hour were consumed in America. Record high imports of tequila, America's love for margarita, forced it to bring in 38.21 million gallons. World Margarita Championship. World Margarita Championship. Oh wow. Renowned bartenders from um um Tucson come together to compete for the best margarita. Well, why we love National Margarita Day, you ask? They bring the fun. The drink in your hand can say a lot about you. And when that drink is a margarita, it says, I'm fun. In a recent National Today study, respondents reported that both male and female margarita drinkers seem more energetic and outgoing. Bartender, margaritas for everyone. They are delicious. Smooth tequila, sweet triple sec, fresh lime, the surprising hint of salt on the rim. Margaritas are truly a delight for the many varieties of tequila, fruits, and sweeteners to choose from. We are looking forward to being surprised and delighted by new margarita flavors. Happy hours to come. Blended or on the rocks. A blended margarita is like an alcoholic Slurpee. Damn. That's a different drink, folks. But then do have to deal with the brain freeze factor. A margarita on the rocks is liquid and refreshing, but does leave you licking ice cubes to get to the very last drop. It's a conundrum and a well worn battle at the bar. Which is better, blended or on the rocks? Will we ever know the answer? Guess we'll just have to keep drinking to find out. And of course, next year, 2025, February 22nd, that's a Saturday. Sunday, 20, 2026, February 22nd, 2027, February 22nd, Monday, 2028, Tuesday, February 2029, Thursday, February 22nd. All right, so um if you like to try how if you like to try out um a way to make the margarita, you can go to YouTube, all right? They'll show you how to make it along with some important ingredients. You can even go to your regular stores or a regular bar or anywhere else for that matter, to get a margarita to enjoy. All right, so let's see. I'm sorry. I do. Oh man, I'm sorry. I thought I had no mental health topic um today. But first, man, I'm sorry. So this is a mental health check-in topic. I forgot to do this though. So this is just more thing. So this is just some ideas on how to this is some ideas 50 best self-care ideas to take care of your mental health and your well-being. So of course, nope, it's not just you. We live in an extra stressful times. That's why a solid self-care routine is critical to keeping your you know what together at least most of the time. Self doesn't have to mean elaborate spa getaway, although it can be if you want to splurge. It doesn't have to take a lot of time or training either. For example, practicing my of self-care, and it can involve going to a yoga class, downloading a meditation app, or just taking a few deep, slow breaths in the middle of a stressful day. Self care can be as simple, easy, and yes, totally free as you want it to be. What you are looking for in a self care routine is a feeling of rejuvenation during or after the activity you choose, says Deborah Kisson, PhD psychologist and CEO and clinical director of the Light on Anxiety Center, CBT Treatment Center. It should be charging your battery in some way, verting it. A self care routine is essentially about taking care of you. It might mean getting out for a walk, organizing your house so you feel calm when you are home, doing something healthy for yourself, liking getting more sleep, or choosing to snack on fresh fruit instead of a bag of chips. There are loads of options. Need some inspiration? Here are the best self-care ideas to try. All right. And this is from Good Housekeeping dot com. All right, so start off with hug it out. All right. Yeah, hug it out. Recent research has shown that improve uh, and lessen pain, depression, and anxiety. It also levels of the stress hormone cortisol. So give and receive hugs galore. There they are good for you. Drink up, but make it cucumber water. Ew. Ew. Ew, man. I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Your body needs fluids to maintain proper functioning, and you can amp up hydration and give your boring glass of H2O a refreshing hint of flavor by adding thinly sliced cucumbers. Not only is this veggie made up of 95% water and rich in electrolytes, it instantly transforms a glass of water into a spa like treat. Yuck. Three, count your blessings. Yeah, we all heard that catchphrase a lot, right? Being grateful is good for you. Science shows that it can boost happiness and positive emotions for starters, and people who acknowledge and express gratitude in their daily lives may also better and have lower levels of depression and anxiety. A recent study found that writing down what you are grateful for can help reduce stress. Gratitude journaling can work wonders. Phone or text a friend, and that's what times do. Connecting with a friend when you are feeling lonely or sad and can work mood lifting miracles. Feeling connected to others is it's healthy for everyone, says kissing. When it's just you, your mind settles on what's not going right or what you have to get done. Um, your car payment and worries about work the next day take up so much of your field of vision, she says. Connecting to someone or something beyond yourself, it doesn't feel like such a big thing. It is. And if you are not feeling chatty or you find it stressful to reach out, attending a meditation class or working in a cafe puts you near other folks without all the pressure. That way, you put yourself around people, um, but don't feel like you have to be on, says Kassin. Make something with your hands. Of course, studies have shown that working with your hands and making some kind of it's drawing, making pottery, crafting something, or creating or painting furniture can help reduce anxiety. Turns out that the process of being creative and making something decreases the stress hormone cortisol and promotes a feeling of calm. Plus, it's just so satisfying. And your shower with an invigorating blast. After you scrub with water, switch to cold for 30 seconds, you'll get a big burst of energy as your body tries to conserve heat and kicks your circulation into gear. Bonus, a 2007 study found that icy temps help release endorphins, which could have an antidepressant effect. Do some yoga stretching. Stretching relaxes and loosens the body, of course, but there's also evidence that it can ease your mind. One controlled trial showed that just 10 minutes of stretching in a slow and mindful way can help reduce anxiety. So take a few minutes to do some downward facing dog poses and uh, sal, sal, salutations, excuse me. Um, salutations. I'm sorry. Shoulders, arms, and legs. Breathe in and out deeply and feel the stressing begin. Pamper. Well, I'm not even gonna. Well, pamper your feet. I'm not gonna get into all of that. That's not for me. Um, make a DIY a humidifier. Humidifier adds moisture to dry, heated indoor air in the wintertime and helps with health issues from dry skin and psoriasis to respiratory problems and ring. You can buy one or simply make a humidifier by filling a heat safe bowl with water and placing it great. When the heat cranks on, the evaporation begins and adds water vapor to the air. Of course, pamper yourself. Who doesn't love a good face mask? It's the perfect excuse to chill. We love Mary Kay's Clear Proof Deep Cleansing Charcoal Mask, a GHCO star. It's formulated with charcoal and clay to cleanse and unclog pores so skin looks fresh and clear. Dry skin, try dermatologist's favorite skin um Suticals Hydrating B5 Mask. Um Play your favorite song. That's interesting. It, energizing music can make you feel more alert and focused. The bottom line, listening to something you love can help distract your brain from whatever you are anxious about and just make you happy. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do, man. The rest of the tips, I'm going to save them for another time because I want to get to the other topics as well. So I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna save these. You know what I'm saying? Um. So what do you say we go on to uh topic here? Let me see what else to talk about here. Um. All right, four bats. Let's talk about four bats, man. I'll save the rest of this. The rest of the self care ideas and activities and stuff for another time. All right. Um. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So Four Bats responds after debut EP released through Gamma on Sunday, which took place May 5th. Four Bats hopped on X, formerly known as Twitter, to respond to allegations made by a fan that the soft-spoken Texas singer has problems with Drake. The fan noted that Bats, um, the fan noted that Bats is that Bass's debut EP, "You Made Me a Star," was supposed to be released on Drizzy's OVO Sound. Instead, Gamma distributed the 12-track project for Bass's remix of Act 2, Date at 8, featuring the Six God, notably did not appear on the project. However, a remix of Act 2 on God She Like featuring Ye did. Hold on. Regardless, Four Bats pushed back against the fans' claim that things weren't with Drake. "I ain't got no problem with that nigga," he wrote below. "I got the number one mixtape in the world, and it's not even an album." Four Bats signs distribution deal with OVO Sound. The response comes after Billboard reported in March that Bats had signed a one project distribution deal with OVO Sound. However, only the Act 2 remix previously mentioned was distributed via OVO. The distributed by Gamma, by um yeah, Gamma, excuse me. Four Bats' sudden ties to Gamma are noteworthy considering Joe Budden's recent theory that Drizzy is co-owner of Gamma and that his ownership of that music company has sparked his laundry list of enemies in recent weeks. Jeez, man. Um, the labels got shit running through Drake. I'm telling you, Joe insisted on his Joe Budden podcast in April. We're going to find out. One of these niggas is going to spill the beans soon. I'm telling you, there's something here that we don't know enough about yet. I think Drake owns some of Gamma. Former Apple Larry Johnson and record executive um, Yusef founded Gamma in 2023. The roster of artists so far includes Rick Ross, French Montana, Sexy Red, and Usher. Yo, I don't like that instigating shit that Joe Budden is doing. I don't like that shit. I really don't, man. I don't like that shit, man. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. Um, that's ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? But not even more crazier than this. Um, not even more crazier than this actually. Um, from this year, the Friends Festival in Las Vegas has been canceled due to dangerous weather conditions. Organizers have announced one day, the one-day music festival at the Las to take place on Saturday, May 4th, with a star-studded lineup including headliners Usher, Janet Jackson, and Backstreet Boys. Um, on Friday night, which took place May 3rd, the festival's organizers shared a message on social media explaining that the event was being called off because of a high wind warning issued by the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service has now issued a high wind warning, including dangerous 30 to 35 miles per hour sustained winds with gusts potentially more than 60 miles per hour, organizers wrote. Following advice from the National Weather Service and in consultation with local public officials, we must make the safest decision for our fans, artists, and staff and cancel tomorrow's Lovers and Friends Festival. Um, okay. Organizers added this was an incredibly heartbreaking decision to make as we are aware that fans have traveled from all over. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, organizers added this was an incredibly heartbreaking decision to make as we are aware that fans have traveled from all over the world to enjoy this incredible lineup of superstars and have been looking forward to this event for several months. We've worked hard to create an amazing event for you, and we are just as disappointed as you are. Fans who purchased their tickets directly through um from um from boy from gate tickets will receive a refund within 30 days, organizers said. The Lovers and Friends lineup also included Little Wayne, Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani, Nas, Alicia Keys, Nelly Furtado, uh, Ludacris, Mary J. Blige, Sierra, TLC, and Timberland. As part of the festivities, Lil Wayne was scheduled to perform the Carter 3 in its entirety, and Usher was set to celebrate the 20th anniversary of his classic album Confessions. Man, I'm just as disappointed as you are. We were getting ready to turn up and celebrate today, Usher wrote on X, formerly Twitter. I have to follow the orders of city officials and the New York and the National Weather Service for everyone's protection and stand strong in my belief that everything happens for a reason. So there you go. There you go. Now that I got that out the way, let's see. Let's see. Let's see what else. Anything music related. Uh, anything music related. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. No. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have anything music related to talk about? Let's see. Oh yes, new albums. So let's go over the albums that's happening in the month of October. So so October 4th was T Grizzly Post Traumatic, Jaded by Tootsie, Haddon Garden Hold Up, Rome Streets, and the Ringer. The late great Rich, the Forever Going In by the late great Rich Homie Quan, who passed away weeks ago. Roller Coaster, Joey Cool, Last Lap, Rod Wave, Glorious by Glorilla, Take Care by Big X The Plug, Rich Forever 5 by Rich the Kid, Forever Dex, and Jake Critch, Class of 95 by Don Kennedy, Stabbed and Shot 2 by Benny the Butcher and 38 Special, Lifestyle by Yeet, Rebirth, DC the Don, Thank God by Honcho, Why Always Me, Concise, um, Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator, and on the 31st of Halloween, More Chaos by Ken Carson. All right, let's go to let's go to let's go to Fat Joe. What date was this? Yeah, Fat Joe, longtime advocate for humanitarian causes, on Thursday of this year, announced a new partnership with international charity Food for the Poor to create a new relief fund to uplift Haiti, which is currently undergoing political and economic strife due to the surge in violence within the country. Let's see. Um, he's Well, my heart goes out to all the Haitians that are suffering because of this humanitarian crisis. Many of my close friends are Haitian, so we've been watching this tragedy unfold and exploring the most efficient and effective ways to provide meaningful support. Fat Joe tells Billboard. All relief items and financial contributions will go directly to Food for the Poor so they can safely distribute the donations directly to um title hold on titled Fat Joe and Friends Relief for Haiti. Relief items needed include and unused new and unused portable mattresses, pillows, blankets, diapers, underwear, soap, body wash, shampoo, toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, combs, brushes, solar powered lanterns, fuel efficient cooking stoves, um, mosquito nets, reusable water containers, and more. Since early March, our armed gangs have taken over the country, burning down police stations and closing down the airport and the capital, Port-au-Prince. Both the airport and port remain closed during this time. And the armed gangs raided two of the country's biggest prisons, freeing more than 4,000 inmates. Through late March, 1,500 people were killed and 800 injured during these vicious attacks. In addition, according to the United Nations, more than 50,000 people have fled the country because of the rampant attacks. Those looking to donate to the fund can go here. You can go to, um, hang on a second, go here. Let me see. Let me see this. Yes, so hold on. You can go to this website right here, www.spotfund.com. This is where you can donate some money and all that great stuff right there. So there you go. All right. So let's see. Hip hop greatest road trip songs. Let's see. All right. This is from Rock the Bell's website. And hopping in the car and riding to nowhere is having a great soundtrack to push things along. Songs about the open road are a great American tradition, from Rocket 88 to Freeway of Love. In hold up. In hip hop, the those songs convey a sense of freedom and identity. Beyond just the allure of hitting the highway, there's also the sense of self that comes from riding around the neighborhood. Speakers blaring, rims spinning, whether long drives or slowly rolling the streets on a Sunday. These are some classic rap road songs that you have on deck. Include My Hoopty by Sir Mix-a-Lot in 1989. As a hip hop as hip hop became more obsessed with flashy luxury vehicles, it's sometimes great to think back to when it was cool to rap about the kind of junker we all had to push at some point or another. There's no better OD to the lemon than Mix-a-Lot's classic Mahoopty, featuring an always broken windshield, non-working meters, and dragon tailpipe. Sir Mix-a-Lot had a knack for story about cruising with his boys, and while Posse on Broadway might be more beloved, My Hoopty is quintessential every man car song. We've all had this car. 24's Ti, um, 2003. Tip had a few songs that defined the early 2000s. And Top Back is another car banger that could have easily been on this list, but it was this OD to big ass rims that helped set things off the Clifford Harris career, and the hook is one of his best. Produced by DJ Toomp, it perfectly captures ATL swagger and the car culture that defines so much of southern rap, from Miami to Atlanta to Houston. And Ti is on one throughout the track. I'm a drop top Chevy with the roof wide open. My partner's looking at me to see if my eyes open, because I've been drinking and I've been smoking. A riding masterpiece. Riding, one of my favorite songs by Chameleonaire featuring Crazy Bone in 2005. The thrill of driving is as American as apple pie, but The reality of driving while black is just as inherent in the experience of so many young black people. This classic hit from Chameleonaire illustrates the duality of both. It's an undeniable car classic that also functions as a harrowing tale of how just being a brother cruising in your car can lead to an altercation with the cops. The Texas rapper was inspired by UGK's classic 1996 album, and with a heavy assist from Crazy, um, Cam makes it clear that for certain folks, there is no easy liberation to be found in going for a ride in the whip. But he also couches that message in the song that functions as perfect car music, quite a trick to pull off. Block bangers for urban road warriors. Okay, hold on a second. You're gonna get yours by Public Enemy. Public Enemy's first album is bombastic and aggressive, but it may surprise younger listeners with how it's not quite as focused on righteous, raging rhetoric as their later, more famous works. The example of Chuck D's early approach is this car themed classic, often casually referred to as my 98 Oldsmobile in almost run the truck, a rattling beat courtesy of the Bomb Squad, where he makes his olds sound like an urban terrain vehicle made for b-boys. He rhymes about his ride as if it's his only protection against the suckers hating. Tell me you can't relate. Perfect anthem for any road warrior. The Booming System by LL Cool J, 1990. LL Cool J was blanking out throughout Mama Said Knock You Out, a classic album with no shortage of bangers. But this car anthem classic made it clear that James Todd Smith knew a thing or two, no, a thing or three, rather, about having a dope ass system in your car. A sentiment that resonated with heads from Queens to Cali. LL perfectly tapped into the energy of riding around with loud as hell. Let's Ride by Q-Tip, 1999. The former A Tribe Called Quest frontman's solo debut, amplified, may be most remembered for shiny pop singles like Breathe and Stop and Ubiquitous Vibrant Thing. But it was this chill OD to riding in your whip that best creed was going to be Parker Y2K. Name dropping the classic rock of The Who alongside the hip hop du jour of Biggie. Q-Tip makes a perfect case for rolling to the sounds of your choice and not letting the outside world interrupt the groove. Let's see. Drive Slow, Homie by Kanye West featuring Paul Wall. Of course, Ye was in full blown on late registration, and this Paul Wall assisted Southern flavored tribute to writing was one of the standouts on an album that many still consider Yee's over inspired Hank Crawford sample Ye and about car culture as a metaphor for life, and Wall almost missed the session. I got pulled over on the way to the studio. He said in 2016, my driver made a right turn from the wrong lane. I said, hell no, nah, ain't real. I cussed the police out thinking I was getting punked. I almost ain't make it. The remix featured a verse from T.I., and the video is an orgy. An orgy of orgy of dope cars. Oh man, that verse was actually the first verse that I wrote when I was writing Sitting Sideways. Explained Paul. Back in those days, I didn't know how to harness the power of the production sometimes. In the end, he decided those rhymes were hard, but didn't really go hand in hand with that beat. All right. Lackville 79, Devin the Dude. Devin is hip hop's most iconic storyteller, like a laid back cousin who tells stories better than anybody else in the family. His classic single breaks down the joys of having a car that's all your own. Like Mix-a-Lot's My. This is an ode to a car that we all have owned at some point, and it's the perfect anthem for hitting the road on a lazy afternoon or two. Um, it also wouldn't hurt to have a doobie in the ashtray. Not that anyone's advocating that sort of thing. Yeah, not really. Of course, Mike Jones featuring Paul Wall and Slim Thug, 2000 tipping. It's slow as syrup and perfectly encapsulates Houston's car culture in a genre defining 4.5 minutes. Mike Jones never quite topped his debut single, a tribute to chopped and screwed sound of DJ Screw and to a uniquely Texas flavor of rap that had been a part of Southern rap since the early 1990s. The whole song is a dedication to cruising fours wrapped in four vocals. It dropped the Houston sound smack dab into the middle of the mainstream, made stars out of Paul Wall and Slim Thug, and ensured that no one would have to ask who is Mike Jones ever again. Let Me Ride by Dr. Dre, 1993. The Good Doctor's G Funk classic perfectly captures the essence of the chronic and the feel of so called cruising. Um, Even if you've never seen Crenshaw and Slauson, the slice of laid back Cali cool puts you right there. Talk are there, but take a back seat to feel the feel good vibe of rolling in your 64, a sentiment that anyone can relate to who has ever gone for a Sunday road trip for a gorgeous day. High to by Tupac, 1996. This song isn't exactly about a car or about driving, but it perfectly captures a certain feel associated with carefree cruising when you got nowhere to go. Like a lot of pack anthems, the freewheeling feel belies lyrics that warn of dangers at every turn, even while sounding unaffected. Um, a bucket, live the thug life nigga screaming fuck it. It's quintessential Pac and a perfect thug anthem for a ride. Hmm. Jeep ass Jeep ass nigga born to roll. Master Ace 1983 and 1984. Former Juice Crew and Brooklyn legend Master Ace became a somewhat unlikely advocate for hip hop car culture in the mid 1990s. The rhyme animal semi reinvented himself as a cruise anthem rapper with hits like this. Of course, Jeep Ass Nigga first appeared in 1993 Slaughterhouse before it was reinvented as the decidedly West Coast leaning Born to Roll a year later. It gave Ace one of his biggest crossover hits and came to define car songs that Cali loved in the 1990s. He would dive headfirst into the of 1995 sitting on Chrome, but this was his first foray into such subject matter and still his best. Um, Backseat Freestyle by Kendrick Lamar 2012. Backseat Freestyle by Kendrick Lamar is a standout track that exemplifies Lamar's lyrical prowess and storytelling abilities. Released as part of his critically acclaimed album Good Kid, Mad City. The song showcases Lamar's journey from Compton to international stardom. With its infectious beat and hypnotic flow, Lamar delivers a captivating narrative that delves into themes of ambition, identity, and the complexities of growing up in a challenging environment. The track serves as both a celebration of his roots and a reflection on the struggles he faced on his path to success. Through vivid imagery and clever wordplay, Lamar paints a vivid picture of his upbringing while also offering insight into his aspirations and dreams. Backseat Freestyle stands as a testament to Lamar's ability to craft compelling narratives within the framework of his artistry, solidifying his status as one of the most influential voices in modern hip hop. In My Feelings by Drake 2018. Drake In My Feelings car challenge took the internet by storm, igniting a viral sensation that swept across social media platforms. The challenge, inspired by the catchy chorus of Drake's hit song, involves participants dancing alongside a moving vehicle to the infectious beat, originating from comedian Shiggy's interpretation of the song's lyrics. Um, the challenge quickly gained momentum with countless individuals from all walks of life eagerly joining the fun. Celebrities, athletes, and fans alike embraced the challenge, sharing their own renditions and adding their unique flair to the viral craze. However, the challenge also sparked concerns regarding safety, prompting warnings from authorities about the potential dangers of dancing in traffic. Uh, Despite these concerns, the In My Feelings car challenge served as a testament to the power of music and social media in creating moments of shared joy and cultural phenomenon. So yeah, there you go. Let's see. Let's see what else we got to talk about here. Um, let's see. Let's see. All right, let's talk 50 Cent, man. Let's talk 50 Cent. All right. All right. So, according to the folks from Hip Hop DX, 50 Cent has enjoyed a great deal of success as a businessman and entrepreneur, and his hard work is now being celebrated by a highly respected nonprofit organization. On Wednesday, which took place on May 1st, the PIMP Hitmaker was presented with the Entrepreneurial Leadership Award by the Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship. The honor was handed to him by Power actor Joseph Sikora, who said, in quote, "There is no one more befitting of an award for an entrepreneur than Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Um, what we're doing is honoring 50 in an award tonight for entrepreneurship, and the reason why it's a good privilege backgrounds so they get in, make money, have success, have their own power in life." MSNBC host and chief legal correspondent Ari Melber explained about the gathering. During his acceptance speech, Fifth expressed his gratitude and said, "I do want to say thank you to all of the teachers, all of the mentors, and all of the volunteers to support G Unit to this point. Um, because without them, the organization won't be as successful as it is." Um, Last month, the New York City native was honored with his own day in Shreveport, Louisiana, after opening his G Unit film and TV studios in the city. He was also presented with a ceremonial key to the city by Mayor Tom Arsenault during the mid-April ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Tom Arsenault and the wonderful people of Shreveport, it is an honor for me to stand before you here today, 50 Cent said during the event. As someone who's always believed in the transformative power of music, film, and television, I'm really excited to show you the expansion of film and television through G Unit Studios right here in Shreveport. In 2023, the 48-year-old received approval from the Shreveport City Council to take over a massive studio in the southern city to base his entertainment company out of. The lease will cost him $2,400 annually for 30 years, after which he can renew it for 15 more if he. Ooh, two $2,400. Wow, wow, wow. Um, that's a lot of money, man. Um, it's a lot of money. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what's taking so long. All right. All roads leads to Shreveport. This is a game changer. He wrote on Instagram next to an image of a broadcast news story about the endeavor. Mayor Tom Arsenault, one of the smartest guys I ever met in my life. Watch how many jobs are created as a result of this. Prior to that, city council members introduced legislation for the lease of the Millennium Movie Studio as a base for the Moguls organization. Soon after it was greenlit, he shared a photo of the colossal brick estate on social media and wrote, "All roads lead to Shreveport if you ready to work in film and television." G Unit Studios is officially in Louisiana. Boom, um, boom. Um, Green Light Gang, GLG. Wait, GLG Green Light Gang. um, about welcoming the East Coast MC to his city, Arsenal said, "We enjoyed for a period after 2005. We enjoyed a very robust television and film industry in the Shreveport area. This will bring back, I think, a lot of those people and will rejuvenate that industry in our area. So I think the film industry is about to blossom again in Shreveport." 50 cents undertaking all of the maintenance and repair, which is around 160 to $170,000 a year. So to look at just the lease payment is not fair to him. He continued and quote, "We also anticipate he's going to make several millions several $1 million of improvements to the facility. This is a very serious proposal, a very serious undertaking by him. Yeah. You know, yeah, man. Like I said, man, um, I want to make some noise, man. Let me make some noise for let's make some noise for we're gonna make some decent, man. You know what I'm saying? For the amount of success that he's done. and and of course, may he continue his success and building his TV and film empire in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is a game changer. This is a game changer. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, this is a game changer. All right. Let's see what else. What else we have to talk about here? Um, yeah. So there's two TV reboots that's 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 already happening. Well, one in particular has to do with the King of the Hill reboot. All right. We're gonna talk about the whole King of the Hill reboot thing, man, because this is this. I had to really think about this though, man. This has been one of those interesting cartoons that I actually watched. It used to be on Fox. It used to be on Fox years ago, actually, and yeah, so and yeah, we're gonna get into it right here. We're gonna get into it right here, right now, with this TV show checkouts. Let's get into it right here. All right. Okay. So the King of the Hill reboot actually just started actually. Eventually I was going to talk about this, so I'm going to actually get into it right here, right now. Hang on one second. See how much time we got here. All right. So, and this is from the CBR website right here. Here's what's happening here. After the Disney acquisition of Fox, the House of Mouse has been dusting off some older properties to appeal to a more adult audience. It has revived beloved animated hits like Futurama while protecting shows such as Solar Opposites and The Simpsons so that they may become mainstays of the company's streaming platforms, but Disney continues to reach further back into the archives, eyeing up a show that was once atop the mountain before eventually fading into obscurity. While there is the top tier of animated classics like South Park or Family Guy, which modern audiences will be familiar with for a whole generation, King of the Hill will be a completely new experience. Indeed, the animated series was massive at the time of its release and enjoyed many successful years on Fox itself. However, its cancellation in 2010 after a decline in ratings put an end to that story for the time being. Now, with Disney in charge, King of the Hill has the chance to return, living up to those nostalgic memories that previous fans had for newcomers. For those who do not remember this comedy series, the show, um, for those who do not remember, hold on a minute, let me get rid of this. Who do not remember, hang on a second here. This comedy series, the show largely centered on the Hill family who hailed who hailed from Texas. The premise depicted a family and their local community who struggle with everyday issues, facing the challenges of work and home life. The series puts the dynamic of the core family front and center, and with Hank, Peggy, Bobby, Dale, and Bill forming the main ensemble. While it was not without its controversies, the show picked up numerous accolades over the years for its wit writing, stellar voicing acting, and penchant for unexpected storytelling. Although King of the Hill has evolved greatly since its debut, changing its format significantly, there's still a very specific tone and style that audiences are now missing from their screens. Hopefully, the reboot will change that. King of the Hill has been on quite the tumultuous journey, with the very concept of the show getting passed between studios without much hope. It's already been 14 years since the series last went on the air. And although there have been reruns and the animated series has amassed a small audience on streaming, it certainly has not been celebrating its heyday. However, as is often the case with these kinds of shows, a known name provides an opportunity, and it seems that King of the Hill get its time in the sun again. While the latest iteration of the show is being named a reboot, it's important to note that this is more of a soft reboot than a fully formed reinterpretation. In fact, it's closer to a revival, as the continuity of the previous seasons will remain intact. The general idea is to appease those fans who tuned in during the show's first run while rewarding those who have caught up with previous seasons. What's more, the show will also need to appeal to a new generation who may have no interest in going to the vault and checking out past episodes. Um, so it did 13 seasons. Wow, that's a creators have come up with a way to make this a seamless transition. The minds behind King of the Hill have landed on a time jump for the show, moving it further away from what fans previously knew. That gives them a chance to reset the continuity, no continuity, excuse me, somewhat, and means that they are giving the characters and their lives a bit of a fresh start. This is a much easier point of introduction for new fans. What's more, a time jump means that the characters will be facing new conflicts as they will also be aged up. Animated shows so often keep their leads within the same status quo, but to change that completely is to offer up new storytelling opportunities. The revival of King of the Hill will thus be easy to contrast against what came before it, giving Disney a great way to promote the show and a reason for old timers to tune in. After all, why wouldn't they want to see how these characters have progressed after following them for years? Key creative minds will be returning. Okay, whenever a reboot or revival occurs, the original fans become concerned that the initial team are not involved with the project. King of the Hill was first created by Mike Judge and Greg have phenomenal with associations with the likes of SNL, The Office, Beavis and Butthead, and Silicon Valley. With two such creative minds behind the hit, it seems obvious that Disney should be looking to work with the duo again. While the duo were not the showrunners of the series after its fourth season, they have always had a massive hand in guiding the show. Well, fans should feel far more confident in the fact that both Daniel and Judge have been involved in the revival with Disney and Fox. Indeed, not only have they been in talks with the studio since the very idea of a reboot was brought to the table, but Judge himself, who voiced Hank Hill, will also be returning for more acting duties. Considering how much more experience this creative duo have had since first conceptualizing the show, their expertise will be highly welcome. King of the Hill spent its full run on Fox. The creator of the show, Mike Judge, who also forged Beavis and Butthead on MTV. The series went from a serialized format to episodic storytelling. Bless the Hearts exists within the same universe. A huge portion of the cast will also be returning to the series, with Kathy Najimy, Pamela Adlon, Stephen Root, and Lauren all in talks to come back to their roles. The series gained so much of its identity from these voice actors the same without them. Unfortunately, the tragic loss of performers such as Brittany Murphy, it's currently unclear how the showrunners want to progress with those roles. Um, King of the Hill also lost Johnny Hardwick, who had helped to create Del Gribble, a crucial character. Hardwick had actually begun recording lines for the new season, but sadly passed away during production. There has been no news on how Fox and Disney wish to handle Gribble moving forward, but fans should expect to hear Hardwick's talents in a few episodes of the reboot. Ha- well, Hulu will take on the animated show. Okay. Let's see. Um, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. All we? Where okay. Okay, with Disney now owning a couple of streaming services and a wider array of production companies involved in its developmental processes, it was initially unclear as to who would be handling King of the Hill and where it would go. Fox as an entity has changed drastically since that initial run, but Disney has now fund a home and development team for the animated sitcom on Hulu. That means that in the United States, the show will be hitting Hulu in the near future. Much like Hulu's other originals, internationally, there will be a number of homes for King of the Hill. Across Europe, for example, the series will be included as part of the Disney Plus streaming service and will sit under the Star banner, much like other Hulu shows like Solar Opposites. The show certainly look out of place there and indeed offers up a way for the global market to react to what had been quite an American focused property. Um okay. Yeah, 12 seasons. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Modoc first season, season one. Hit Monkey 2 seasons. Solar Opposites 5 seasons. Futurama 12 seasons. Bob's Burgers 15 seasons. And The Simpsons 36 season. All right. Judge and Daniels have also put together their own production company to ensure that they can have some ownership over the progression of King of the Hill. The series will thus be overseen by Bandera Entertainment, which has already developed Praise Petey in the know and most notably Exploding Kittens. The studio might be in its earliest days, but King of the Hill is set to be the show that really places it on the map. When it comes to the production itself, it seems that the show will be keeping to its aesthetic and respecting its rough around the edges animation roots. This will not be gaining a complete visual overhaul. Therefore, with the iconic characters appearing as they always have. Um, what's more, it seems that season one is largely complete and that work has begun on season two. The most ambitious of estimates suggest that the very first season of the reboot will launch in 2025, with season two closely following on in 2026 to make the most of any momentum for the property. However, it's not currently known what the schedule will look like for that release, whether all the episodes will drop at once, or whether Hulu will opt for a weekly release. Finally, it's still up in the air as to when King of the Hill will actually return. The current content schedule for Hulu and Disney Plus is being kept under wraps for 2025. But with there often being a slump in the earliest months, it's plausible that it could drop sometime in February or March. So fans should keep their eye on early 2025. So there you go, right there. That's basically things to know about the King of the Hill reboot. Now another reboot. Um, I'm pretty sure most of y'all remember Pimp My Ride, right? That was one of my favorite TV shows, man. And I'm like, listen, Like, yo, man. that was one of the best shows that I ever seen, man. You know, that's that's pretty cool, man. Um yeah, speaking of that though, man. Um Exhibit has teased the reboot of the classic show Pimp My Ride, and fans are all over the idea of the series returning to screens. Originally airing on MTV between 2004 and 2007 and hosted by the front to back rapper, the show depicted old cars getting repaired and modified, often outlandish ways. Oh gosh. Exhibit posted a picture on Instagram on Wednesday, which took place May 1st, of a classic American muscle car with his name printed on the hood, along with the tagline, "It's time to get back customing, customizing rides." Um, he also captioned the post with the he also captioned the post with the date, May 9th, 2024, which is a week away. Um, no further information was given, but fans were quick to share their excitement about the prospect of the custom car show returning to air. One user commented on the post, "Wow, comeback of the century." Yeah. Um, Another joked about the wild customizations that used to happen on the show. "We heard you like TV, so we installed a 65 flat screen on the undercarriage of your 92 Honda Civic." Someone else quoted Exhibit's line from Triple X to the next level: "If it got wheels, we can jack it." Despite teasing the show's return, X hasn't 2022, the 49-year-old shared documents from Viacom CBS and proceeded to drag the company over various allegations while reviewing. The franchise had made over $16 million for the company since it was launched. Damn. Damn, son. Damn. Yeah, let's see. So let's see what he says. While I'm at it, of course, he said Pit My Ride was created because music wasn't working out. While I'm at it, hey Viacom, underscore international. Why is it you've made millions off the show? Hashtag Pimp My Ride. I carried on my back and found ways to cut me out. He asked, like saying I would get percentages of all merch sold, let alone streaming, which wasn't even in the contract, and putting in the fine print with my name and likeness, then proceed to take my name and likeness off of all the merchandise, including DVD sales after season one. He continued, in quote, to top that, you guys went back to edit all of my music out of all entire seasons in order to avoid paying me for my publishing. Let up worldwide syndication. Wow. Hey, guys, my number is still the same. Hit me up. Or um can anybody hit me with a law firm who isn't afraid of Viacom to get me right? Robert M. Backage, president of Paramount Global at MTV. Xzibit has also previously squashed any talk of returning to do the show, which after it was canceled led to his bankruptcy. Damn, that's tough, man. That fucking sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? That really sucks. That sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's talk about the two movies that's out right now, man. Terrifier 3 and of course Transformers 1. Let's talk about that. Hang on one second. All right, let's talk about Terrifier 3 first and then talk about Transformers 1. In a segment that I like to call, hang on a second. In a segment that I like to call right here, um the movie Man Cave Popcorn. All right. Movie Man Cave Popcorn, man. Let's get into it right here. Um all right, one moment. All right. Here we go. All right. All right. All right, let's get into Terrifier 3. Didn't even know that movie existed. So this is from Screen Rant. Terrifier 3 has hit several huge box office milestones at the end of its first week. The new movie from writer director Damien Leone is a runaway smash featuring new slasher icon Art the Clown and another gory rampage. It boosts the biggest budget of the franchise at 2 million, which is still quite by modern Hollywood standards. In its opening weekend, Terrifier beat Joker 2, taking number one at the domestic box office in a surprise upset by earning $18.9 million. Oh shit. And you talk about Joker 2 wasn't terrible. Yes, it was. It was a fucking musical. Like, what do you it was a musical, man. That's why it was corny. Come on, son. Anyway, per the update, Terrifier 3 has already crossed the $25 million milestone at the domestic box office, earning $25.45 million in North America as it approaches the end of its first week in theaters. Its international grosses have additionally pushed its global gross to $28 million, which is 14 times more than its budget because it cost 8 times more than the previous installment, which only cost $250 million. No, excuse me, $250,000. This means it has grossed more than 112 times Terrifier 2's budget in the span of just 6 days. Um, Now, what this box office total means for Terrifier 3, you ask? Terrifier 3 has now become the 47th movie to pass $25 million milestone at the domestic box office in 2024 so far. While it is performing extremely well for its budget level, there is still a lot of room to grow, though it is already the 10th highest grossing 2024 um, movie at the domestic box office. Below, see how it compares to the highest grossing horror movies of the year so far, not counting the comedy forward horror comedy thriller Trap, both of which are only questionably horror movies. Yeah. So let's see. Um So Beetlejuice. Let's do a recap of the box office, by the way. So Beetlejuice, aka Beetlejuice 2, made $277.9 million. Second, Quiet Place 2, no, Quiet Place Day 1, $138.9 million. Alien Romulus, um, $105.2 million. Long Legs, $74 million. Speak No Evil, $35.7 million. The Strangers, Chapter 1, $35.2 million. Um, that's crazy, man. Beetlejuice made more money than Night Swim, Imaginary, Abigail, and now and now um and now Terrifier 3. Damn, son. It seems likely that the Terrifier 3 release will outgross Radio Silence's Abigail by the end of Thursday, as the slasher sequel has consistently grossed more than $1 million each weekday so far. It seems poised to climb more slots up the chart during its second weekend as well. While the horror genre typically harsh second weekend drops of 50% or more, even a harsh 65% drop would earn it an additional $6.6 million, which would see it race past the Blumhouse horror offerings Imaginary and Night Swim. There is no telling how high Terrifier 3 will be to climb by the end of its run. It has already outgrossed the entire $15.7 million run of the previous installment and become more than profitable, like passing its break-even point at around the $5 million mark. If it continues to rise proportionately to the indie horror hit Long Legs, which opened to $22.4 million and grossed $74 million domestic. It could eventually gross more than $60 million in North America alone, would be a whopping 30 times the budget. Damn, son. And let's get into Transformers. Let's get into Transformers 1, man. See how I did. Hang on. See how I did. All right. After just 3 weeks in theaters, Transformers 1 has finally reached a major global milestone. The Transformers franchise is easily one of the most profitable film series with a combined total of $5.28 billion. Wow. And John Campier and all the other film critics say that it wasn't doing that well. I think you underestimated what the movie did. I think you underestimated that shit, though, man. You really did. Oh shit. However, Transformers 1 has been struggling at the box office since its release in September, debuting at $24.6 million domestically, in contrast to the movie's budget of $75 to $147 million, making it one of the most disappointing box office results this year, despite the film garnering near unanimous positive reviews from critics and audiences. Come on. Recently, Deadline reported that Transformers 1 has now made $111.4 million at the global box office. Of that total, approximately $52.8 million came domestically, with the film currently ranking at number 6 on the box office chart. The international total is $58.5 million, although the movie won't be released in France until October 23rd. Let's see. Unfortunately, Transformers 1 became the latest victim of being a highly acclaimed movie that failed to perform at the box office. Much of this could be attributed to the franchise's inconsistency with their live action movies, ranging from being critically mixed to poorly reviewed. The trend seems apparent given that last Rise of the Beast barely passed break even with $441 million globally. Still, this disappointment is baffling, given Transformers 1 became one of the best reviewed movies in the franchise with an 88% critical score and a near perfect 98% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. With the higher range of the reported budget at $147 million, Transformers 1 would need at least $300 million to reach the break-even point. That's unlikely to happen given that the animated film is already reaching 1 month in theaters, and there will be more competition with the release of Smile 2 and Venom: The Last Dance. The film is also reaching its last legs in theaters, where even a few additional international markets won't make a difference in uplifting its box office total. Hence, many outlets have already deemed the movie a box office bomb. Damn. Sheesh. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm disappointed that a great movie like Transformers 1 endures such losses at the box office. It's easily the best Transformers movie in the franchise due to the visual effects, the tragic backstory of Optimus and Megatron, and the violent fight sequences. However, I hope that even the poor box office won't hinder the potential to explore the rich story. I would love to see a sequel that shows where the Transformers 1 characters go next in Cybertron. However, there is still some time for redemption via streaming, which I believe is where it will find its audiences, and word of mouth will push that encouragement. Damn, son. Damn, 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 damn. Um, damn, man, that's crazy. Um, let's see. Let's see. Um, in October. Let's see how I did in the month of October. Uh, wow. Well, wait a minute here. Let's take a look here. Wow. Oh, damn. Yeah, wow. Let's see. Let's see. Damn. Uh, wow. This is from a yeah, this is from the Echo News. Let's get into what the Echo News basically posted actually. So all right. This was posted on October 28th. So I'm gonna take a deep dive into this shit though. Defying all the odds, Transformers 1 has taken every stereotype about the Transformers film series and left them in the dust. On a technical level, the seventh film live action Hasbro based franchise had consistently broken new ground. The original trilogy was nominated for a combined 8 Academy Awards for visual effects and sound design. But when it came to storytelling and compelling characters, the series always fell flat. Over the course of the last four Transformers films, box office numbers gradually fell below $500 million. Production on new films slowed down, and the franchise from a $1 billion juggernaut to a middling theater mainstay. With the exception of the 2018's Bumblebee, the film series has been at best and in other slogfest at worst. Transformers 1 changes everything. Not only does it use the medium of animation to its fullest, but it also redefines what Transformers movies can be. The story's backbone rests on ship between Orion Pax, later known as Optimus Prime, voiced by Chris Hemsworth, and D6, later known as Megatron, voiced by Brian Tyree Henry, formerly from Atlanta. Instead of a hero villain dynamic, the two have a brotherly relationship that carries the first act. Through their eyes, the film shows their plan and home city of um, of Iacon as full of classism, classism, and idolization, with the main characters being on the lowest rung. Through the hour and 45-minute runtime, the duo uncovers the lies and inequality created by the main villain, Sentinel Prime, voiced by John Hamm. Rapidly, Pax and D16 see how they and their friends have been abused and lied by Sentinel Prime, and hastily seek justice not just for themselves, but for the entire population of their home. The cruise of the second act hangs on the slow division between Pax and D16, while both desire recompense for the injustice of their people, and their motivations are driven by two opposing emotions: Orion's justice through mercy and D16's justice through revenge. Supporting actors Keegan Michael Key as B127 and Scarlett Johansson as Elita 1 are well cast in their roles, but it is undoubtedly Hemsworth and Henry whose voice acting steals the show. Henry gives D16 a lighthearted and joyous feel, turning harsh and unrelenting before the credits roll, while Hemsworth's performance as Orion evolves from a joking dreamer to the grounded yet caring leader fans know him to be. In its final act, the film doesn't shy away from the darkness of evil. Good characters die. The oil of Autobots spill. Revenge isn't pretty. The blocky aesthetic and lack of human characters prevent the film from becoming exceedingly brutal, but its heavy subject matter and unrelenting combat prove one thing: this movie demands to be taken seriously. Transformers 1 is an impactful film that uses character and emotion with concepts of justice and free will to the snappy and dynamic action paired with character designs based on the original 1980s television show is the glue that helps bind the film together rather than the main appeal. Carefully written, realistic, smart, and visceral. The message of the importance of justice isn't heavy handed, and thanks to the patient pacing, doesn't step on its toes. The audience is never rushed towards a heart pounding and satisfying conclusion. Even with everything going for it, Transformers 1 is struggling to make a profit. A messy marketing campaign portrayed the film as a kids movie with crass humor and failed to show the true spark. Many die-hard Transformers fans were unsatisfied with the departure from the live-action format. Released in theaters on September 20th and costing the project 70 projected $75 million. The Autobots have only made $120 million after a month, with skeptical fans and DreamWorks' new animated, while Robot taking a chunk of their target demographic. Transformers 1 may be nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars without breaking $200 million. Do yourself a favor, go watch Transformers 1 before it leaves theaters. Whether you love animated movies or crave high octane action sequences, your definition of justice will be challenged, because this film is more than meets the eye. I think you look. There are some people who underestimated Transformers 1. Look, despite the fact it didn't do well in the box office, right? Despite all that, I mean, the movie has heart, the movie has character, you know what I'm saying? And it has a good message. You know what I mean? Um, let's take a look at the budget. Let's take a look at the budget. Let's take a look at the budget for the movie. So the budget for the movie is between 75 to $147 million. Wow. So that's wow, that's wild. 119. So yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy though. But it does. I mean, look, man. Well, wait. Transformers 1 is about to crawl past a major international box office milestone. Actually, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, slow start. Yeah. Slow start actually, and it did. But I'm not even gonna. I don't want to compare movies, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to compare movies. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. And hopefully it'll reach France and other places, and hopefully it'll reach streaming platform plus or whatever streaming platform it is. What it on demand and all that other stuff. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens though, man. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Hold on a sec. Let's see how much time we have. All right. All right, real quick, man. Real quick. I'm gonna actually mention I'm gonna mention this actually. Let's mention this. All right. All right. We got some stuff to talk about, especially with this though. Real quick, um, we got some stuff to talk about here. So all right, remains to be seen. Let's do this.
Remains to be seen, kids. Get it? Remains to be seen.
All right, man. There is some activities going on this weekend. And of course, if you are looking for some fun activities to do, I got you covered. I want to start off with some street closures for the New York City Marathon. So let's get into it right here. If anybody in the New York area is planning to go to see the New York City, want to listen to some street closures according to timeout.com. Yes, so if you are not running in this year's TCS New York City Marathon, you want to check out the New York City Marathon road closures that affect all five boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. We included all the roads, streets, and bridges that will be closed on Sunday, November 3rd, 2024. Let's take a look. Now, these are some street closures that's happening on November the 3rd. So this includes the Verrazano Narrow Bridge, lower level, Staten Island bound a.m. to 2 p.m. Verrazano Narrow Bridge, lower level, Brooklyn bound, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. 4th Avenue and 82nd Street, 6:45 a.m. to 118 a.m. 74th Street before 60th Avenue, 6:45 a.m. to 1:18 p.m. 4th Avenue and 80th Street, 6:45 a.m. to 119 Avenue, 6:45 a.m. to 1:19 p.m. 4th Avenue and 63rd Street, 655 63rd Street, 6:55 a.m. to 134th Street, 4th Avenue, and 43rd Street, 8:55 a.m. to 1:50 p.m. 4th Avenue and 22nd Street, 6:55 a.m. to 2:06 p.m. 4th Avenue and 18th Street, 6:55 a.m. to 2:09 p.m. 4th Avenue and 3rd Street, 7 a.m. to 2:22 p.m. Flatbush Avenue and Lafayette Avenue, 7 a.m. to 2:38 p.m. Lafayette Avenue and Classroom Avenues, 7 a.m. to 2:54 p.m. Bedford Avenue and Kosciuszko Street, 7:30 a.m. to 2:58 p.m. Bedford Avenue between Wallabout Street and Lynch Street, 7:05 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. Bedford Avenue and South 3rd Street, 7:05 a.m. to 3:26 p.m. Manhattan Avenue past Bedford Avenue, 7:15 a.m. to 3:42 p.m. Manhattan Avenue and before Greenpoint Avenue, 7:15 a.m. to 3:48 p.m. McGinnis Boulevard approaching Pulaski Bridge, 7:15 a.m. to 3:59 p.m. 10th Street and 44th Drive, 7:15 to 4:14 p.m. Queensboro Bridge, lower level, Queenside, 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Queensboro Bridge, lower level, midspan, 6:30 a.m. to 4:38 p.m. Queensboro Bridge, lower level, Manhattan side, 6:30 a.m. to 4:46 p.m. First Avenue and 77th Street, 7:30 a.m. to 5:02 p.m. First Avenue and 97th Street, 7:30 a.m. to 5:18 p.m. First Avenue between 109th and 110th Streets, 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. First Avenue and 117th Street, 7:30 a.m. to 5:34 p.m. Willis Avenue Bridge, 7:30 a.m. to 5:50 p.m. 135th Street, just west of Willis Avenue. Yes, Willis Avenue. 7:30 a.m. to 5:50 p.m. Madison Avenue Bridge, 7:30 a.m. to 6:06 p.m. Madison Avenue Bridge, West 138th Street, 7:30 a.m. to 6:06 p.m. Fifth Avenue and 125th Street, 8 a.m. to 6:17 p.m. Mount Morris Parkway and 122nd Street, 8 a.m. to 6:22 p.m. Fifth Avenue and 103rd Street, 8 a.m. to 6:38 p.m. Central Park East Drive and 84th Street closed. Central Park East Drive and 68th Street closed. Central Park East Drive and 65th Street closed. Central Park South 59th Street from 5th Avenue to Columbus Circle, 8:30 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. Central Park West Drive and 62nd Street closed. Central Park West Drive and 67th Street closed. All right. Now, if you can't make it, if you can't make it, there's a way for you to watch it. There's a way for you to watch it. I will let me pull up the date and time actually. If you can't make it, it's going to be broadcasting on CBS. No, not CB. Excuse me, it's not CBS. It's going to be broadcasting on ABC 7. All right, ABC 7 is where it's going to be, where it's going to be going down actually. So there will be a national live show available on the ABC network, which is from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., which is race day, I believe. Yeah. Um. Yes, of course. Yeah, I want to make sure I get everything right. So yeah, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Um, yeah, you can watch it on ABC 7. All right, and let me see what time. Let me see. Let me see. So wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Nationally, the broadcast will air on ESPN2 and on ESPN app from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Pre-race and continuing coverage will also be live streamed um, live nationally and ESPN3 from 7 to 8 a.m. and from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. ABC 7 will present a view of the finish line from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. Locally, the race will air on ABC 7, um, WABC TV from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and pre-race coverage from Fort Wadsworth will begin at 7 a.m. Eastern. Wow. Wow. So ESPN 3, hold on, wait a second. ESPN 3 from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The Spanish language broadcast will also re-air the ESPN Deportes. Oh shit. Yeah, there you go right there, man. Now to some Halloween events to talk about here. Now to some Halloween events that we got to talk about here. I want to actually get to this. Now to some Halloween events, and yeah, some Halloween events though. So um if you are in the LA area, this one's for you. If you are in the LA area, this one's for you actually. So um so let's see. Um you have, hold on a second here. Wait, hold on a sec. So we have some Halloween events. Okay, so we got the haunted house and stuff. So let's see. So West Hollywood Halloween costume carnival. Oh boy. So you have that. Um and this is one of the largest Halloween street parties in the world, and there's really no better place to be on October 31st. You can check it out on their guide, which is West Hollywood Carnival, for more information. Um, yeah, we're looking for some Halloween stuff. All right, so this one's a beauty. So this is carved. Yeah, so this is so stroll through a mile long trail filled with all things pumpkins, including an illuminated forest of jack o' lanterns during the sky this um Descanso Gardens annual carved. For 3 weeks this fall, October 4th through the 30th, the event lines a loop of the botanical gardens with pumpkins in all sorts of forms as a sea monster rising from in thick clusters on the ground and cobbled together into a house. Yeah, we got Halloween Horror Nights. You got Halloween Horror Nights. Confront familiar foes at Universal Studios annual Halloween festivities, where big budget scares meet iconic horror movie characters. You'll be able to navigate multiple scare zones and mazes, including ones based on A Quiet Place, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, Insidious, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Weekend, and all female assembly of the classic Universal monsters, and a selection of creatures inspired by Latin American folklore. Also, the Terror Tram edition of the studio tour will return with a Blumhouse takeover, while The Purge will again assume stage show duties over the Waterworld venue. Okay, you got the Circuit du Soleil, Kuza. Um, you got that coming. Um, let's see. Let's see. We're looking for some Halloween stuff. Um, oh, Dark Harbor. Uh, yeah, yeah, Dark Harbor. Be sure to get your tickets and stuff to the events for all the LA area. Now we'll talk about Queens. Not really Queens, but um, not really Queens, but now New York City is hosting a car-free trick or streets locations. So let's get into it here. So the New York City Department of Transportation has announced a record number of 147 car-free trick or streets locations across the five boroughs for Halloween, making trick or treating and other Halloween activities safer for children and their families on October 31st. Now in its third year, the Trick or Streets initiative aims to help children enjoy Halloween safely while allowing all New Yorkers to use the city's streets safely. DOT Commissioner Wydanis, however you pronounce his name, Rodriguez, announced the complete list of trick or streets locations at um, key keys keys q keys q ya plaza at 247 Dyckman Street in Manhattan, the first open streets location to become um a permanent um pedestrianized plaza. There you go. um Pedestrianized plaza. Okay. um Okay, the DOT has partnered with 147 open streets, plazas, and other corridors throughout New York City to add safe pedestrian space on one of the busiest holidays of the year and the days leading up to Halloween. A total of 18 trick or street events, uh, trick or treats, no trick or street events will take place in the Bronx, while Brooklyn will host a citywide high of 58 events. A further 38 events will take place in Manhattan with 30 events scheduled for Queens and 3 events scheduled for Staten Island. The DOT said New Yorkers can expect festive programming, performances, arts and crafts, finesse and giveaways at each of the trick or streets locations. The majority of events are scheduled to take place between October 26th and October 31st, with 77 of the 147 events scheduled for Halloween itself, including 8 events in the Bronx, 31 in Brooklyn, 24 in Manhattan, 13 in Queens, and 1 in Staten Island. However, a small number of trick or street events have already taken place. The DOT announced that 10 of the Trick or Streets events would be signature events featuring Halloween themed programming and performances, including music, circus acts, comedic clown performances, and jugglers. Um, so this in the Bronx, signature events will take place on Fordham Road between 12 and 8 p.m. on Saturday, October 26th, which already happened already, and on the Decatur Avenue from 2:30. Brooklyn's signature events will take place on West 9th Street, which took place October 26th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And on Berry Street from 10 a.m. until 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sunday, which took place already. Yeah. Damn, man. Yeah, I really missed out on that. I really missed out on that shit though. Anyway, Manhattan will host its first signature event on it happened already. On yeah. Queens will also host two signature events on 161st Street in Jamaica, Queens, New York, between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on October 30th. And on the 31st, on 31st Avenue in Astoria from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Halloween. Staten Island hosted. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much what this is, though. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see if there's any. Let me see if there's any more. Hang on a second here. Let me see if there's any more. Oh, you can check out a full list of trick or street locations in let me see. You can check it out by going to www.nyc.gov for more information on the trick or streets locations. So that way you won't miss out on anything. So let's see. All right, some more Halloween events. Some more Halloween events for New York in case you missed out on certain locations and stuff. I know I'm making this a little long, but I want to actually get all these locations for Halloween out the way. So forgive me. Um yeah, forgive me. And you can find out for yourself on the website, which is www.timeout.com/New York/things to do Halloween events in NYC. You can also do the same if you are in the LA area and Chicago area or any other area right now for more Halloween events over there as well. I will post the website where you could actually look for Halloween events on Threads and the YouTube community tab and all the other stuff just in case. So there you have it. So let's start off with let me see. 5 ways to celebrate Halloween 2024. Okay, so all right. So you got the Village Halloween Parade that's going down on Thursday, October 31st. Um, and this year it includes 50,000 zombies, ghouls, witches, monsters, robots, Jedi's, giant puppets, and more things that go bump in the night. Take to the streets for a night of costume revelry that you won't um want to miss. Grab your cat ears because the theme is meow. Whether you march or watch from the sidelines, don't miss this iconic Halloween event. All right, so we got Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas light trail. Yeah, Yeah, the outdoor event is adventure runs from September 27th through November 30th. Make sure you go get your tickets. You can book you can book right now. Make sure you do that. And let's see. We have the Great Jack O' Lantern Blaze. Make sure you check that out as well. This is going to be this takes place in hold on a second here. Let me see. This takes place in the which runs at the Van Cortlandt Manor in Croton in Westchester County from September 13th through November 17th. Blaze Long Island runs at Old Bethpage Village Restoration in Old Bethpage, Long Island from October 4th through November the 3rd. Tickets are on sale right now. Go grab them, hurry up. And Pumpkin Nights at the Bronx Zoo, um, which is let me see. Yeah, yeah, you're too late for that one. Let me see. Let me see. Um, yeah, let's see. If there's anything else. Blood Manor. Here we go. Blood Manor Haunted House. Takes place from September 28th through November the 3rd, which takes place in which takes place at the 10,000 square foot mansion at 359 Broadway in Manhattan. It has plenty of blood, chilling rooms, spooky corridors, and a labyrinth filled with surprises that will make you jump in abject horror. Yeah. Um make sure you go to make sure you go to get your tickets, snag your time entry tickets so you won't miss a beat. And also, let me see. There's let me see. There's yeah, I want to make sure I get all this too. This is the Halloween Pumpkin Flotilla. This takes place. Let's see. This takes place in no. It takes place on Wednesday, October 30th. It's at this beautiful annual event. Look on the as the Harlem Mere lights up with the flotilla for floating pumpkins at twilight on Wednesday, October 30th. Plus, seeing magic show, listen to not so scary stories and all that great stuff. Family friendly Halloween event at Harlem Mere. Activity starts at 4 p.m. Um, if you'd like to see the jack o' lantern float in the parade, bring your masterpiece to the information table at the Charles A. Dana Discovery Plaza. Event starts between 4 to 5:30. If there's space, yeah. And in case you don't know where Harlem Mere Beach is, it's near Fifth Avenue and East 108th Street. All right. So there you go. There you go, right there. And let's see. There's also the rooftop cinema club's Halloween lineup. All right. Um, of course, the Halloween lineup includes Hocus Pocus, Friday the 13th, Mean Girls. Mean Girls is not a scary movie. Mean Girls is not a scary movie. Why you put that in there? Oh shit. The Shining, Beetlejuice, Death Becomes Her, Halloween Town, Practical Magic, American Psycho, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween, Scream, and more. Of course, here's the full lineup and how you can get your tickets. You're gonna see the phrase in red. It's a link where you can get your tickets. So you see the phrase how to get tickets. It's in red on the timeout website, so you can't miss it. All that stuff. So let's see. Um, yeah, the Spirit Speak Easy. You have the Feast of Signs and Symbols. Um, oh boy. Um, you have the Madame Morbid's trolley tours. Make sure you buy your tickets to the events that I'm just mentioning. You got the Pumpkin Arch in the Seaport. Be sure to check that out. That's Pier 17 in the Seaport. That's in Manhattan. In case no, hold on a second. The Heineken River Deck on the north side of Pier 17 in the Seaport, which is going to be out for free through November 3rd. Okay. So, yeah, you'll see the Brooklyn skyline and the East River. If you frame your photograph just right, you can even get the Brooklyn Bridge perfectly aligned in the background. All right, so Village Halloween Costume Ball. You can go there. It's outdoor, 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. and this takes place in let me see where it takes place. Um let me see where it takes place. So the action moves indoors from 7 p.m. through 11 p.m. So let's see. This takes place. Where does it take place, man? I want to actually make sure. So damn, it doesn't say. Wait, hold on a second. It's the theater for the New York City. Okay, theater for the New York City, 1976. Blah blah. Um, yeah, this is the outdoor events. Yeah, outdoor events 3:30. Yeah, you know what? Village Halloween Costume Ball. You could actually get your tickets over there as well for more information and where it takes place. The City of God's Halloween Festival. Um, you can check that out as well. This is make sure you get your tickets over there as well. Cabaret presents Meowoween, whatever that means. Whatever that shit means, man. You can let me see, where is this shit though? Yeah, it will take place at the Caveat on Wednesday. This is boy, yeah, Halloween cabaret, cat themed. Okay, Gemma Smith. Let's see. You can, yeah, make sure you buy your tickets to the Cabaret Presents Meowoween, whatever that means. You have the City Side Pumpkin Patch at the Summer Club rooftop. Make sure you go check that out as well. This is gonna take place at AO 8-08 Queens Plaza South from October 4th through Halloween. Be sure to get your tickets for that event. And of course, events at the Greenwich Cemetery. Um, be sure to get your tickets and check out the full list of all that great stuff that's happening over there. And make sure you Sleepy Hollow Autumn's Harvest Immersive Experience. Make sure you check that out as well. It's gonna run through November 10th. Sleepy Hollow Autumn's Harvest runs through November 10th. Tickets start at $24. You can plan your visit at their website here. So this is gonna take at Rockefeller Center, which is based on, everybody knows about the Headless Horseman with Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman. I don't need to tell you that though, man. Y'all should already know about this since the movie and the Fox TV show that came out years ago. You know what I'm saying? So there you go, right there, man. What I'll do, I'm going to I'll put up the timeout website on Threads and the YouTube stream and the YouTube community tab after I get off the air. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it right there. And sorry about the loud ass cars. Sorry about the loud cars though, man. Oh boy. You know what? It doesn't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? It really does not matter. And also, I want to actually mention this though before I get up out of here. I want to mention another event that's happening too. Of course, Uncle Ralph McDaniels is going to be at an event in regards to a film screening, which takes place at the SVA Theater, which is located at 333 West 23rd Street, New York, New York. Tickets, you can get your tickets at the website, which is www.killerhill.com. This is basically the screening of a Wu-Tang experience live at Red Rocks Amp-Fi Theater. All right. And the saga continues. A Wu-Tang experience at Red Rocks film screening with Q&A hosted by Uncle Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Box and all that great stuff right there, man. Make sure you go get your tickets over there as well. All right. So there you go. For all the people who are Wu-Tang Clan fans, especially those from Shaolin, this event is for you. All right. So you want to check it out? Make sure you go get your tickets on the website, which is www.killerhill.com. That's www.killerhill.com. All right. Let's wrap up here, man. I know I've been doing this for far too long and all that stuff right there, man. So I'm about to wrap it up right here. So I'm about to wrap it up with this segment right here, which is stream choices on the go, man. And this is where I talk about, where you can, stream the episodes, follow the podcast, and all that great stuff right there. So here it is. Here it is right here. If I could. All right. All right. Make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Facebook alongside with Threads, along with my other podcast shows and myself. And of course, make sure you follow on Instagram. Of course, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. my sports platform. I do apologize. I wasn't able to actually record episode 79 right now. I will try to see if I can record that tomorrow due to the recording of this episode right here. I wanted to make sure that I get all the Halloween events out the way so I could actually give it to y'all. So by the time I drop it on Friday, hopefully you guys will be able to mention it. So so there you have it right there. And my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. Yes, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. All right, make sure you follow that podcast. Your host with the most, G Money Stacks in Queens, New York, uh, on the gram as well. And I do apologize for not doing any videos on Instagram Live. As soon as I get me a new Android tablet, I will be back doing Instagram. All right. All right. In the meantime, for streaming platforms, man, let's if you go to the link in bio where it says linktree/G Money Stacks 555, you can go there and 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 subscribe to every streaming platform that I am going to be mentioning. Make sure you do all that great stuff, especially on your phones, like your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, and tablets, laptops, Apple and Dell laptops. Make sure you download these these apps, or you can just follow the links and stuff, which starts off with Odyssey, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overall FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Pod Bay, Pod Friend, Podhound, Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Addict, Pod Chaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to music, radio, and so it's free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio or any of the apps that I just mentioned. All you have to do is subscribe and follow the podcast on every streaming platform that I just mentioned, and do the same with YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, for more live video podcast episode, live stream recordings, and when I'll be on the air via live stream. And of course, be sure to share, like, comment on the topics in today's episode and any other episodes whatsoever. Tell me what you think about the topics. And of course, be sure to listen, stream, watch the episodes. In case you miss any of the episodes, don't worry. Everything is all there, posted and uploaded to the YouTube channel page and other streaming platforms that I just mentioned. So there you go, right there. Add the podcast to your playlist. Enable alerts so you'll be notified on new episodes that's going to be dropping, new episodes that's going to be uploaded and recorded on the YouTube channel page, and when I'll be starting my live stream episode recordings. All right. Be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Tell a friend to another friend. Share um share my link tree with the podcast along with word of mouth, friends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work, and wherever else you meet new people. All right. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening to the 355th episode titled Margaritas, dedicated to National Margarita Day. All right. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you if you look for something, make sure you follow your heart, your goals, and your dreams, and be sure to make sure you be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And be sure to, find something that makes you happy and 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 makes you smile, that you enjoy, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. Hard work pays off, man. You know what I'm saying? And and of course, there's no manual or guidebook when it comes to your journey and having your own path, doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? And and also don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. If you're voting early and all that stuff, do what you can or can't do. Don't let anybody tell you who you can who you can vote for. I have some thoughts about Project 2025. Um, if Cheeseface 45 was going to be president again, I will have my reasons in a future episode. So don't worry about that. Stay tuned for that. And and also and also do what makes you happy. It's not a matter of whether you win or lose. It's all it's all about how you play the game and even though things may look bleak, make sure you do you and and do you and take care of your mental health and everything else in between, man. All right. I'm out of here. Peace and well love. I'll see y'all next time in the next episode. And of course, man, enjoy your Halloween. Enjoy the Halloween festivities. Remember, I will be dropping the Timeout website where you can look for Halloween events, and of course the AMNY website, and of course the street closures on the community tab of my YouTube channel page, and all that great stuff right there. And yeah, peace out. One love. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Enjoy your Halloween. Good night, everybody.